What's up, BJJ fans? And of course, the BJJ stands for Blind Judo Journey. I am just preparing the night before going to a Dan grading in High Wycombe. I've got to get up at 5 in the morning. Weigh-in is at about 8:30, so I've got a long day of traveling tomorrow. I've got 70 points towards my Dan grade, my 2nd degree black belt. If I win 3 fights tomorrow and I pass my theory, I'll get my 2nd Dan. So I'm going to be filming all of my fights tomorrow, try and get some footage. I'm also going to be seeing quite a few of my other friends there. I have a couple brown belt friends going there, I have a couple 1st degree black belts going there, and I have a couple 2nd degree black belt friends going there trying to get their 3rd Dan. So I'm really excited to see all of them. So I will see you tomorrow. What's up, BJJ fans? It's 5:30 in the morning.
Morning.
Morning. My dad says hi. We're currently driving down to High Wycombe. Got up at 5 this morning. Prepared for Dan grading. Gonna do hopefully theory and some and get some fights in it. Maybe even get all my competitive points for my 2nd Dan. Yeah, I will see you on the mat before I go back to sleep. Right, it's the next morning. Had a really fun day yesterday. Let's guide you through it. First thing you always do at any competition, warm up is super important. It's always important to get your heart rate up, get your muscles moving. I like to use judo as a warm-up here, just get your mind engaged, ready for fighting. One of the really nice things about going to competitions now, I know so many people throughout the judo community that I'll always know someone at competitions. My friend Jacob was there yesterday, which meant that I had someone to guide me around. One of the hardest bits of these sorts of competitions is, obviously not being able to see and having to get myself around and meet the right people, be in the right places. So it's always good to have a team of people, a team of friends around you that are able to help. So thank you to him for being there. The first part to getting your black belt, you've got to do your technical. The technical is an examiner saying, hey, do this throw, and then you do the throw. Let's take a look at just a few examples of my technical yesterday. Nice, my technical went really well actually. I was really proud of it. I have a decent technical knowledge and I think I'm quite good at explaining myself as well. Second part to your technical is you need to do a performance of Kata. So in this, I'm doing the first 2 sets of what we call Nagi no Kata, so the standing Kata. Let's take a look at that.
Alright, I'm going to change the rules.
The cow went up fine. I definitely could have done better, mainly because I made some mistakes, which is frustrating. He didn't mark me down too much though. The examiner spoke to me afterwards. He said it was pretty good, offered the places to improve. It was really good fun though. Hoping to maybe go to a Kata course at some point so I actually can properly learn this. One of the coaches at Oxford is actually very well versed in Kata, so I'm hopefully going to get him to teach me a little bit more thoroughly than for me reading the textbook with my dad. Right, now that we've got through all of the kata and technical, we can get on to the fun bit, the fighting. So with dang ratings, one of the main differences between this and a real competition, the fights are 3 minutes long, and you must win by ippon. So reminder, ippon is when you throw someone, they land flat on their back with power and control, like this. Or this. Or this. This means even if you're winning by wazari, so a half score, or it ends at a draw after 3 minutes, no person wins. Even if you were winning by wazari, you don't win, it's still a loss or hikiwaki, it's actually a draw. This is to encourage good judo, to make people actually throw each other. So at down grading, you have 3 fights. If you win 2 of your first 3 fights, or if you just win the first 2, then you qualify for a lineup. So, in my first fight, let's take a look. I'm really proud of this fight. This fight went incredibly well because the guy switched to a left stance during the fight, which was very interesting. My right and left are definitely a weak point of my game. I'm not as good at it. We're really working on it lately. I don't do many Seanagis. I don't really do especially an ippon Seanagi, a single-handed shoulder throw. I don't really do them. But it just felt right. It just felt right. I just turned in. This is a left-handed, I actually do this technique left-handed as well. I turn in and I just throw. It was just perfect timing, really good demonstration of judo. I was really proud. One of the best throws I've ever done. So this means now I'm going to fight a second person. If I win this fight, I will qualify for a lineup. Let's take a look. If I'd had 2 more seconds on the ground, I would have gotten him. I had his arm. I was really proud of this fight as well. I think this was a perfect demonstration of my style of judo. Notice how I'm really pulling my partner onto me, trying to engage his reaction. The moment he squares his feet up, I take the movement in the opposite direction, taking him backwards. Really clean throw. So proud of that. Right, so I won my first 2 fights. I don't actually get a third fight because I've already qualified for a lineup, which is nice. I get a long rest. In a lineup, you fight 3 people in a row, no breaks. All of these people are people who didn't qualify for a lineup, so they didn't get a lineup, so technically they're worse. I don't want to say worse, but they performed less well on the day. So you go out there, you bow to 3 people. Right. Fight the first one. If you win, buy ippon, then you get your next fight. If you win that, buy ippon, then you get your next fight. If you win that, buy ippon, then you qualify for your next promotion to whatever dan you're going for. Let's take a look at my first fight. Hey!
You had lunch? Cheese sandwich, yeah. It's difficult to get it wrong, really. Unless you stay with it. How can you finish the clip? Just so professional and efficient.
That's it. B. That's it. B. That's it. B.
Partially salty, there's no way you can end up. As much as I do lose it, it's a minute later.
That's it. B.
I always speak to Ian Rose.
Sorry. Tommy.
So when he stays up with
It pulls. Sorry about it.
This fight was hard. He was good, he was strong, he was bigger than me. He was also left-handed, so just definitely, like I say, a weak point of mine. But I did manage to throw him. I'm really proud of that, and then I got a hold down and he gave up. He knew he'd lost once I got the hold down. Also, my cardio was definitely a difficulty for me on the day. Probably due to the fact that I only got about 3 hours sleep because I just couldn't sleep that night. I made to get up at 5 in the morning. But I won my first fight, which means I get to fight my second fight. Let's take a look.
It's B. That's it. B.
somebody, we're taking your seat. As soon as you move, there's somebody there.
B. That's it. B. Sorry. That's it. B. Sorry.
Very good.
That's it. Jimmy. Sorry, I was setting it on.
Second fight was hard, really hard. One of the hardest bits is that there's two ways of getting competitive points. You can either win your lineup, as I'm trying to do, or you can beat 10 black belts. The guy I beat in my last fight, my first fight in my lineup, was my 10th win. So I actually already have qualified. But now I want to win a lineup. There's a real prestige of winning a lineup, especially in my opinion for getting a second dan, because that means you beat 3 black belts. So I really want to win this. So one of the things about this fight, he was really good and I was knackered. I was so tired. He was good though. I made a huge mistake. I went for something and it just didn't work out. I think it was a Tanya Toshi. He cowered me, getting Wazari. That was a really scary moment for me because I'm now Wazari down. And I can't win by draw. can't win by, you have to win by ippon. So I then throw him again with an Osoto, I think, for Wazari. I was happy with that, so I'm now drawing, but I need to win, so I need to get another score. And then I throw in another one of those left Sianakis that I've been doing all day, which again isn't really part of my game, but it was really working for me on the day. It works. I was really happy with that. My third fight in my lineup. Let's take a look. This was a really good fight, mainly because I was so tired, but when I gripped up with the guy, I was pretty sure I was going to beat him. I felt like I was stronger than him. He was also right-handed, so it was back against something I'm more used to. As you see, a lot of my game is built around my Osotogari. As soon as I try for this Osotogari, people tend to step back with the right foot, leaving them really open for the Makikomi, which I hit him with. Huge throw. So proud. The whole room was watching my fights because everyone knows that like I'm blind because obviously I start grip, so it's more interesting for people to watch, and people want to watch the blind guy win a lineup. I think it's just people enjoy doing that. I was so proud. I won my lineup. I was way more proud of this than I was of my first dan, because my first dan, I don't say it's easy, but the people I was fighting were less good. They were a lot smaller than me. There were less people there on the day, whereas these people were good. I was really proud of how well I did. Yeah. So the day went really well. I passed my theory, and I won my lineup. So I can officially say I'm a second dan. Well, I can officially say it in a month's time, because I've actually only been a first dan for 11 months, so I need to wait a month for me to hit the time requirement. I didn't realise that was going to be the bottleneck for me getting my second dan, but I think this really shows my improvements over the last year. I think I'm so much better as a judoka than I was a year ago. The training I've been doing lately, going to National Centre all the time, training with high-level people, is so good. I've been learning so much, which was really encouraging, to be fair, for me to be able to look and go, my training is actually working. I'm really improving. So I was super happy with that. Hope everyone enjoyed this video, got so much out of the day, it was really good. Hope you enjoyed the footage, hope you enjoyed my commentary on it. Thank you for watching. Soramade!